Don't let anything happen to green animals. Keep green animals going. I said, well, as long as I live, I'll take care of it. I don't know what will happen after that.
One of the obvious questions we ask when we meet someone new for the first time is, so, what do you do? We may not always be interested in the answer, let's be honest, but Errol Morris certainly is. And in his amazing documentary, Fast, Cheap, and Out of Control, he gets 4 extended answers and he weaves them all together beautifully. The film consists of interviews with 4 men, David Hoover, an animal trainer.
Once you go through the door and close the door, you're completely absorbed. I couldn't tell whether it was 5 people in the audience or 5,000.
George Mendonça, a topiary gardener.
There's nothing like the hand shears. I've been told by several people, well, you're old-fashioned.
Rodney Brooks, an MIT robot scientist.
The walking isn't programmed in. I think, therefore I'll walk, and how I walk is I do this, I do that. Instead, it's all these little feedback loops, and when you put them all together, the robot walks.
And Ray Mendez, who has devoted his life to studying the behavior of the blind, hairless African mole rat.
A mammal had been found that lived underground in these complexes. The next day I ran off to a magazine editor and told him the story and said, I have to take pictures of these animals. You have to send me to Africa.
These men explain what they do and what it means to them. But the interviews have a curiously intimate and candid quality, partly because of Morris's technique. He uses something called an interrotron, which allows his subjects to look directly at him and also at the same time directly into the camera. In addition to the interviews, we see footage of the men at work and also of the things that they study, clips from old B movies, and we hear a score by Caleb Sampson that knits it all together and creates an odd but powerful feeling of suspense. Errol Morris is a unique filmmaker. He's turned the talking head documentary into a vehicle for artistic expression and philosophical inquiry.
A well-respected professor from Germany said, but how do you tell the robot what to do? And my only answer was, I don't tell the robot what to do. I switch it on and it does what is in its nature.
Fast, Cheap, and Out of Control is in many ways the loosest and broadest of his feature films. It's the one that engages the mystery and meaning of life most deeply. But it never asks the big questions directly. We never hear Morris's voice. There's no narration at all. Instead, he layers the interviews together so that all 4 of his subjects seem to be talking about the same thing, except that they're not. Except that they are.
You know, people are afraid of new, different, strange. But to me, it isn't anything to be feared. It's something to be wondered at and looked at and explored. Perhaps communicated with, not to sit down and have a conversation, but to take pictures of it and see if you can get the moment where the animal is actually looking at you and you feel that there's a moment of contact. I know you are. You know I am.
What these 4 guys share, in spite of their differences of age, background, and employment, is an endless, absorbing fascination in what they do. And in the course of watching the movie, we come to share that fascination. But something larger emerges, both in the particular conversations that these guys have about their work with the camera, and also in the conversation that they seem to be having with each other. Something larger, something having to do with human nature, the state of the world, animal behavior, complex systems. Something unmistakable and impossible to describe.